everybody, and welcome back to Learning to Be Prepared. Today we're going to take a look at a new bag by Vanquest called the Ibex 20. Now to start out, we're going to take a look at the Ibex 30. Now you might be wondering, if the video is about the Ibex 20, why are we looking at the Ibex 30? And that's a great question. The reason we're looking at the Ibex 30 to begin with is because if we open up this bag, inside you're going to find another bag, the Ibex 20. That's right, the Ibex 20, believe it or not, fits right inside the Ibex 30. It's big brother and little brother. One bag is 30 liters, and the little one is going to be 20 liters. So, for right now, I'm going to go ahead, we're going to zip up the Ibex 30. And we're going to take a look at the differences of these two bags to begin with. When you first look at this, you're going to realize that while they look very, very similar, there are just a few differences. If you look at the very top of the bag, you'll notice the Ibex 30 is going to have some shock cord and a slip pocket right here, whereas the Ibex 20 does not have that. And then, when you look at the bottom of the packs here, you'll notice that while the Ibex 30 is solid, the Ibex 20 has 6 MOLLE loops right here, so that you can attach things to the bottom of the bag to give you a little bit more room. One of the next features that you're going to notice of the differences between the two is that the Ibex 30 has the older Vanquest Tough Built Gear patch or tag that's sewn into it. On the Ibex 20, it's going to be a softer Vanquest that is stitched into the bag. And the purpose of this being a little more solid on the top and the Vanquest being more subtle and stitched into the bag is to give it a little bit more of that covert look. And when we talk about covert, what we're talking about is that the bag doesn't look overly tactical. So if you're walking around in an urban area, you're going to blend in more with your environment. If we look at the rest of the bag, the differences in the size can definitely be seen in the width of the bag. The 10 liters difference is definitely a difference. And the width is one of those places you can see that, along with a little bit of height difference. Now, if we look at the back of the bags, they're going to be very similar as well, both having 2 shoulder straps, 3 grab handles, and a waist belt. So all in all, these bags do look very similar. So when we come back in just a moment, we're going to start taking a look at the Vanquest Ibex 20 a little bit more closely. Now we're going to go ahead and take a little bit closer look at the specifics of the Ibex 20. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to start on the front and we'll work our way to the sides, in the back, and then into the inside. First thing is, if you look at the top of the bag here, you'll notice that you have a single zipper pull. And inside here, I have a pair of gloves, because this pocket here works really well for getting things that you just want to get in and out of the bag fairly quickly without getting into the bag. But this pocket is actually pretty deep as well. It actually starts from here and goes down to right about where the morale patch section starts. So you can see right there is where the tips of my fingers are. So that's actually a pretty deep pocket right there. Here you're going to have a section for a morale patch or a nameplate. So if you just want to take a patch, you put it right on there, and that's a really nice little place to put something there. You also, if you would prefer, you have a second section where you can put it right there in the middle. And that leads us to the next part of this bag, is you have some shock cord here. And the whole idea of this is so that you could tuck something under these little strips of shock cord that if you wanted to put a light jacket or a shirt or something while you're out hiking, you have the opportunity to add something else in that section. Now, if you want to use this more in an urban area, you can always take off this little connector right here, and you can remove the shock cord altogether, and that will give you a little bit more sleeker looking front if you want to blend in even more. And as we mentioned earlier, you do have some MOLLE sections here where you could do some more attachment points. As we move to the side here, you're also going to notice that we have two sets of compression straps. These compression straps have more function than just controlling the width of the bag. These straps also help control how the front of this bag opens, which we'll get into that a little bit more when we start going to the inside of the bag. One thing about a lot of the Vanquest bags though that I really like is when you undo one of those compression straps, you have the zipper pull right here. And their zipper pulls, they always make them nice to where if you want to put that zipper pull right through there, it keeps someone from coming by and just unzipping your pocket right there. Now, you don't have to hook it inside the connector. You can also lift it above it, just connect it, and that will keep someone from pulling it down on you as well. Now, one thing that we want to take a look at is you have two side pockets. When we unzip that, the zipper stops here if this is connected, but if you undo this, then the zipper goes down all the way, okay? Inside here, I just have my water filter kit just to show that this is pretty big and you can put something like that in there. So we'll go ahead and zip that pocket back up. Go ahead and fasten back our compression straps. As we move to the back of the bag, you have another grab handle. You have one here, one on top, and one on the other side. So you have three grab handles all together. Here you have three load bearer connections here where you can adjust these, and it'll help the weight load of the bag. It helps you adjust that a little bit more. As you work your way down these straps right here, you do have some Velcro strips right here that will help hold the tube for your water bladder. And the pocket that I just showed you, you have one on each side. It doubles as a water bladder as well. As we go down the shoulder strap, again, most of Vanquest shoulder straps have a lot of connecting points, which I really like. You can use these to connect all types of other things and make these shoulder straps very useful and to increase the capabilities of your bag. You do have a sternum strap as well. It just connects just like that, and you can adjust it. You also have a built-in whistle here, so that if you need an emergency whistle, when you have this pack on, this is going to be right across the center of your chest. You just bend down and blow into the whistle. As we move further down the bag, you do have a waist strap. Okay, this waist strap is about 1.5 inches thick, and where the waist strap goes inside, I'll turn the bag over a little for you. There's Velcro, like hook and loop right inside there. This waist strap will actually raise up and down between 1 and 3 inches, so that depending on your body build, you can adjust the height of this waist strap, which is really helpful. Again, you have a lot of breathable and cushioning right back here. And then, of course, your second shoulder strap. As you come around to the side, you have the other grab handle, and you have two more compression straps with another pocket. And inside this one, I have a 25-ounce water bottle. We zip that back up. And it takes us back to the beginning of the bag. And now, when we come back, we'll take a quick look at the inside of the bag. Okay, before we go ahead and get into the inside of the bag, I did want to show you one more thing about the waist strap. The waist strap is Vanquest designed where you have 3 buttons, one on top, one on bottom, and one here in the middle. You press that one and squeeze the 2 sides, and it comes undone. Now, if you don't like this 3rd button right here, you can manipulate that by either filing it down a little bit or pushing it down with your finger and adjusting it so that when you disconnect this, you can just use these two buttons. But that's really up to each individual user. Now I want to go ahead and open up the bag and show you how you can use the inside of this bag. It's fully cushioned on the inside. It's padded all the way around. To open the bag, you have these two rubberized zipper pulls. I find that sometimes when they're folded up and you raise the bag, sometimes these kind of stick up. So sometimes I like these, and sometimes I like to use the paracord zipper pulls better. But there's nothing wrong with these, but they do kind of feel a little bit different if you're walking and they stand up behind the back of your head. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and pull this one down and pull this one down. And this is going to cause the bag to open up like a top open bag, okay? You can reach in and pull out items like this organizer. And you can reach in and continue to pick things out. Now, as I mentioned earlier, these compression straps are what keeps this bag functioning and opening in whatever manner you would like it to open. If you want it to open more than just this open top, go ahead and disconnect these top compression straps like that. And then when you pull this bag down, it's going to stop right there. And the sides are still going to be standing up. And you'll understand why that's important to explain that here when I show you the bag fully opened. Inside the bag, there's hook and loop on all four sides. You have it down this side, and the back all the way down. And then you also have it here on the front of the bag. This whole front part has it also. As we mentioned before, if you go ahead and disconnect the bottom two straps, it's going to cause the bag to fillet open completely to where the whole bag opens up and you can get to everything all at once. Now, if you look carefully, right down here is a little bit of a piece of material. Once you disconnect that bottom compression strap, it's going to kind of loosen up this material here. And what this material here does is when you pull the zipper pull down to this level, this little bit of material keeps the bag opening kind of like this, to where it's front open, but it doesn't completely fall open all the way. But as soon as we disconnect that, that is going to allow this bag to open up all the way. I'll move this out of the way a moment. And this bag, as you can see, it's going to open straight out. And right here, as you can see, the sides are going to lay flat as well, like that. And this allows you to literally get to everything in the bag. It's like a fillet open. The way that I have on the inside of this is on the front, I have one of the Vanquest pull that thing off there. It's actually got a lot of tension holding that thing in. But you can use this hook and loop to put things like this on here. So you just put there and you can organize this in any way that you want, like that. You also have another pocket right here at the top. When you open that up, you can put an organizer or whatever you would like in there. And that pocket goes down to right about here. And again, this is going to be the front. So when you open up the bag, it's going to come down like that, okay? On the side here, I just put a magazine holder, but since I do not carry a firearm in this bag, I just use that to hold a flashlight right there, okay? Over here, you can undo this little holder right here, and you can use that to help hold different items inside the bag. You could probably, if you wanted to put a water bladder inside here, you probably have that option, but I think the side pockets might work a little bit better for that, because if you have a lot of other items in the bag, you may want something separating it. But with this little strap, you do have a lot of functionality to put different ties in there, or different handles, or if you want to put a Grimlock or one of the slick clips that give you a 1 inch to 1 inch connecting to different organizers or MOLLE. On the back here, I just have another one of Vanquest Mole Airs holding this organizer in place, so if I want to undo that, that comes right off. But you can see that you have a lot of ways to organize the inside. Over here, again, since I don't carry a firearm in this bag, I just used one of these universal holsters to put in a basic knife. And that way when I open up the pack, I can reach in, just undo that, and take this out very easily. Now, we've kind of seen how I set this inside part of the bag up using a lot of different types of hook and loop attachments. But you can also use this bag to put modules in there as well. So I'm going to just remove this real quick. I'm going to go ahead and close this up a little bit. And for the sake of this, I'm going to go ahead and connect these straps on the bottom. And I'll do that on both sides here. And so when I open up the bag, now, if I want to use something like this, where I just put that into the bag, then you can also use this, you know, the way you would use an ordinary backpack. You don't have to use all this hook and loop, but it's a great way to organize this bag because it gives you so many different ways to customize it to fit your particular needs according to what you're carrying in the bag. Or you might even change it up depending on if you're going camping, if you're using it as an EDC pack. It just gives you a lot of ways to use the bag. Again, once you zip this bag up, if you want to have this on like a backpack, and you decide that you want to get into the backpack by having one shoulder strap on your back like this, okay? When you sling the bag around to the front to where it's kind of on your chest like this, okay? You can also open up the bag, well actually, open up the pocket. This part right here, you can actually open it from the side and reach in and get something out of it as well. So that's just another way that that bag functions. Okay guys, so this has been the Ibex 20. The bag sells, I believe, for manufacturer suggested retail price at $164.99. This is going to be the wolf gray color. They also have two other color variations. It's going to be coyote tan, and the coyote tan has camouflage right here on the sides. It's going to be camo right here on this side as well, and the rest of the bag will be coyote tan. They also have a black bag, and it has a black camo on the sides right here. So if you have a desire to take a look at this bag further, it's now up on Vanquest website, and I hope you enjoyed this video.